50, 98, 99, 100. And my time was 6 minutes and 43 seconds. So there is the Hegseth Kennedy challenge. 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. Can you do it in 10 minutes? Well, I just did it in, what did I say, 6 minutes and 44 seconds or something like that. All right, there you go. Now I challenge you. Okay, I'm not really looking forward to this. Well, I've got to do it though. I've got the soybean bin to clean out now. Got the sweep auger here ready to put inside of there. So let me get everything started and get into this. I've got my earplugs here, dust mask there, gloves. Oh, broom. Where's my broom? Oh, it's here in the truck. Let's jump to it. At least it is a cool day, only in the 70s. Light breeze going. Got the broom and I need the blower. That's over in the barn here. Okay, it's in there. And the soybean bin is cleaned out. Sweep auger is in the barn. I don't know how many soybeans are going to be out in the field to put in the bin this fall. If we don't get some rain here shortly, there's not going to be many out there. I did find a trucker to haul these some of these soybeans for me, so he got 2.5 loads for me. So that was a big help. When I'm sitting in the truck hauling, there's not much else I'm doing, and I'm a little bit behind on my work, but that's all right. We'll get caught up here. One of the reasons I'm behind is because it was so damn hot in July. I just didn't come out and do a whole lot because of the heat and the humidity. So this morning I had a real simple job, just one boat to move. Friday of Labor Day weekend, I guess we're gonna put a boat in the water. Got that call on Monday. Today is Friday, Labor Day weekend this weekend. And the guy said, hey, I just have one boat to move to put in the water Friday morning. I said, not a big deal. So I had the tractor ready to go, got that ready yesterday afternoon, jumped in the tractor, didn't grab the camera because I said, you know what, I've moved these boats plenty of times. You all have seen it. You don't need to see it again. It should be an uneventful morning. Ha, 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 ha. Famous last words, uneventful morning. Yeah, right. No, that wasn't the case. I get going up the road here with the 7140. I get about 2.5 miles away from the farm. I'm bebopping along in the travel lane. I look up in my mirror and I see one of my neighbors coming up the road. So I go to the shoulder of the road. He's on a mission. He's got stuff to do. He's a busy man. He's got things to do. So I pulled over to the shoulder so he can go around me. I think there were 1 or 2 cars coming the other way. I said, I'll pull over on the shoulder, let him go around me. Well, he gets up beside me and he slows down and he's pointing. He's pointing down at the tractor. I'm like, oh shoot. So I stop and I jump out and he says, you got an oil leak. And I look behind me and there is a line of oil as far as the eye can see. And I could hear it hitting the pavement. I cut the tractor off and the oil was just pouring out of it, a huge puddle on the pavement. So I got back in and I said, you know what, let's get this tractor. I was still on the white line. I said, I'm going to pull this tractor up a little further and get it further over off of the road so we have plenty of room to look at it and see what's going on. And so we got it off to the side of the road. And so this guy, my neighbor, he stopped as well, and we started taking some shields off, and we found where the oil leak was coming from. So up here on the firewall, well, let me open the hood up so you can see. So this was about 7:30 this morning. You know, I needed to be up at the place by 8 o'clock. I was running a little bit ahead of schedule. I was so proud of myself. I said, oh man, I'm going to be there early. We needed to be down at the marina by 8:30 to get the boat off of the trailer. I said, oh man, we're right on schedule. I'm going to be about 10 minutes early getting up there to get the boat. Well, that didn't work out. So up here on the firewall, you see this new hose here. This hose runs down, and I'm not sure what it's feeding. Yeah, I see. These are brakes coming in here. So is this the brake block? Man, as much oil as it was putting out, it couldn't have been brakes. You don't have to feed that much oil to the braking system, do you? Maybe you do. I think that says in, so maybe this is in and then left and right brake out. I don't know. Anyhow, that line, we traced it back and it goes way up underneath of there. In the meantime, the guy that I'm hauling the boat for, he and his guy were going by and saw me on the side of the road, so they stopped. So between all 4 of us, we got this thing diagnosed, trace that line back, I had to go in on the floorboard of the tractor. I've never done this. There's a panel on the floorboard that, there you go, I knocked that on the ground. There's a panel on the floorboard that you can open up and access on top of that transmission there. I didn't know that. One of the other guys with me looked in there to see if there was one. I've never had to open this panel to access anything on top, so didn't really think about it, but it's a nice big panel here. So we took all the mats out of here, opened this panel up. We could get to the other end of the hose here. So we got that taken care of and got the hose off. And well, what it amounts to is rust. Let's see if I can find this one back here. Here's all of our parts and pieces in the truck here that I got to pull out of there. It was a rubber line going into a steel line, and where it connected broke off right where it connected to the steel line. Well, there's a block up there with a strap with about 5 bolts in it with these steel lines going through it. And rather than deal with trying to get those 5 bolts out to loosen for the one steel line that we needed to get to unscrew and get the end out that broke off in there, we decided the best way to go about this was cut the steel line. So we cut the steel line, left the other lines on the block there, unscrewed it from the end that we needed to, and I just got a rubber hose made up long enough to go all the way back there. So that was kind of temporary to get us moving. Ran up to my local hose place, got the line made up, grabbed some hydraulic fluid, dumped it in there, and got up, hooked onto the trailer, got the boat, and put it in the water. So we were about, what were we, maybe an hour behind. So thank goodness for the neighbor stopping by. He had the tools on his truck that we needed. He had a sawzall that we could cut the line with. He had the right size wrenches we needed. I didn't have any metric wrenches on here. He had the wrenches we needed. I had enough tools, maybe I could have figured something out here, but you know, he had what we needed, so that was good. Got it all put back together. But when I pulled it to here in the shop, I still see a couple of drips, so I don't know if this is from it spewing oil everywhere, and it's got to be, and it's just kind of dripping down now, everything that it spewed around everywhere. I don't know, we'll get into it and look a little further. But yeah, right, hold on, let me get a flashlight here. I think I can show you this block that I'm talking about. Right, okay, let me maneuver everything. See where my finger is there? So there's a bolt right there going through this block, and then there's a strap, and this is the first bolt, and it goes all the way across about 6 or 8 inches with 4 more bolts in it. You see the loom here. So this is the outside line, and then the line we needed to get to was the next one in, and you can maybe see down in there that rusted end there. And so it was difficult to get to, and that was going to be difficult to get that end out of there, I believe, because of the way it's rusted and broke off of there. So I can now have the time to work on this, and I burnt my darn hand, or my arm, because this muffler was hot, of course, and look at that. I got a blister already on there. So yeah, I hit that muffler, you know, trying to reach up in there and figure out which line we hit, and right down on that muffler. It hurt a little bit too. It's gonna hurt even more for the next couple of days with that blister on there, but oh well, it's just part of the process here. So maybe, I guess while I'm at this, and I had that hose made up too long, but that's okay. I just needed to get off of the road. I can take that back, get a better measurement on it, and have some of it cut off. So I think while I'm there, I'm gonna check all the other ones and maybe do a replacement, because if this one broke off from the rust, there's others up underneath of there that are gonna do the same thing. Okay, I'm not jumping into that now because I'm covered in soybean dust and it's all in my eyes, and I was wearing a mask, so it's not that much in my nose, but I just got to get this soybean dust off of me. Soybean dust and I don't get along real well. I'm not allergic to it, but it just gets in my eyes, and yeah. By 9 o'clock tonight, I won't be able to see a whole lot. It just kind of, I don't know what it does, bubbles around and builds up, and yep. Regardless of how much I try to wash it out, I just can't get it out. So usually by the time I wake up in the morning, all the shit is in my eyes where it's kind of self-cleaned itself, and I can rub it out, and then I'm good to go the next day. All right, let's unload the truck here and put my other stuff away that I had down at the bin for cleaning that out, just straighten everything up here, and then I'm off to get a shower.